very happy to partner with Urbanworld today. Urbanworld advances the inclusiveness and impact of diverse content creators by providing a platform that highlights storytelling from around the world and fosters a community of distinct voices.
We really, as a festival, try to identify partners that we can engage with throughout the year so that it's not just around the festival, but we identify opportunities like this evening to actually talk about content and topics that are very relevant to our industry and our mission.
The most interesting thing about working in 360 is the camera usually doesn't move. If you move the camera too much, you will make the viewer motion sick. So you've got a camera seeing in all directions. It basically doesn't move. What can you possibly shoot that is going to be interesting enough to hold people's attention? And so far, I think the primary answer to that is documentary type content.
You know, you guys are amazing, and I learned a lot from them. I had to just get out of my comfort zone and just allow them to do their thing while I still do my thing. You know, because I'm not classically trained to nothing. You know, I picked up a camera. John realized I could shoot, you know, and he just threw me in.
Now I think for me, like, the conversation is shifting is because people are so interested in, like, especially moving into the doc world where you have a lot of white filmmakers who are mining stories from communities of color, where I'm hired because I'm brown or because I'm Muslim or because I'm a woman to give them access to those communities. And I feel like a lot of times now for me, I'm starting to question whether or not I want to give those filmmakers that access.
We know the cameras have never been tested on certain skin tones. So we spend a lot of time theoretically like figuring out what can we do to mitigate the challenges that the actual equipment presents, the lenses, the sensors, the lights, all the diffusion. That is my approach as a cinematographer, is I'm fighting the equipment constantly until they bring in, like, you know, 50 shades of people of color to test the sensor and decide. I have to kind of think about things theoretically and then use art as my inspiration.